My name is Oliver Dick. I'm a studied product engineer and a musician. And right now my big passion is printing drums in 3D. With 3D printing, it was the first time that I felt there are no real borders. You can think of something and then you can 3D print it, and some hours later you have a prototype, you can rethink it and work with it. It's such a dream for me coming true. I started to build up drum sets with a good friend of mine, and he's into woodworking. Set it up the brand Black Forest drums. So we started to work on drum sets in wood, and after a while I was also interested in building my own drum sets, and I have a 3D printer. And I started to print just small drums that can fit my little plate and just as an addition to my normal drum set. But then those drums and my ideas became bigger and bigger, so I ended up with printing a 24-inch bass drum. I met the guys from Big Rap at Formnext 2022, and their openness and the fun we had, and it just clicked in speaking about drums, because 2 of the 4 guys were drummers. So we had a lot of fun in just discussing my idea, and I was kind of a shy person in showing my ideas because printing drums is not the big money market, but they encouraged me to show my ideas and to do something together. The overall design and idea about this drum set is pretty unique. Next to having just the normal round shape of a drum, you have another shape on the inside, conical. It's a 45 degrees and a steeper degree over here. Normally a drum is just a cylindric piece of wood. Yeah. And here you can have kind of 2 shells with this acoustic working bass in between. There are some really professional drummers that I'm following that have a special idea about how their drums should be sounding. I was listening, what are they looking for in a drum? And I thought, well, the last history of producing drums is like stuck for me. There's nothing really new. And so I really try to approach it differently and with ways that normal wood manufacturing is not able to produce drums. A lot of drummers, they put weight inside their drums to get a lower frequency. We put stones in there and all kinds of stuff to get the frequencies lower and lower and make a good sounding drum. And I thought it would be nice to have the weight inside here, or to have a drum with a flexible density. And so I thought, well, this space has to be stable and can be filled in with a special hole with maybe stones or sand. It's just an experiment, and this was the basic idea for the design. And then a lot of things came in handy with 3D printing. You can also insert all your drills and you don't have to drill anything after it. And the whole surface that the skin will have to resonate on, it's so clean when it just comes out of the printer. In a woodworking situation, you would have to rework the whole surface just to have it even as it comes right after the printer. And then also all those design ideas with having a kind of a relief, yeah, a special shape on the outside. So the ideas are limitless, and this is just one idea that I realized here in doing something really unique. It's really interesting to right now compare those drums with normal drums here in the studio, because on the very first impression it sounds amazing, that the real details will show up in a studio situation when the whole drum is mic'd up professionally with a real professional crew and a producer like that with a lot of experience in recording all kinds of drum sets. So then compare it to 3D printed drum sets. 3D printed drums and drums made of plastic, as you would say, yeah, is not so new. There are acrylic drums, for example, and different kinds of materials, and it will definitely sound nice. It's just a matter of also what the construction will bring to the table, the conical shape and stuff. As I know with other instruments that are made in carbon fiber material, the sound and the resonance of it will be pretty close to maybe hardwoods, because the hardwoods, like mahogany, is something that is really close to the density and the stiffness of a 3D printed carbon fiber drum, for example. So I only expect something really great there. The material and the printing technology was supplied by Big Rep in this case, because they have great carbon materials, and the guys from Big Rep helped me in finding this material and getting the idea released on their big prints, because that was the biggest issue, you know, having a printer that can print this drum for several days in this quality. That was outstanding. I did many projects with 3D printing. For example, I printed an urn for my dead grandmother. Yeah, that was a project that was really interesting, because her favorite flower was tulip, and so I gave it a design from a tulip, and so and I worked together with a company who had the job to do the burning and stuff, and so and that was a really interesting big project to work on. My big vision is I have a child that has the Down syndrome, and in the future I really hope that those machines are getting so easy to work with that maybe she can also operate it, and it would be fun for everybody to not only see robots working with 3D Industry 4.0 stuff, maybe also handicapped people, and so the whole loop will become more human to do something in 3D, because nature is just putting cells together and it's like 3D. So I'm really excited about that.